In this video, we discuss about the antigen. Adaptive immune response arises as a result of the exposure to the foreign component. The compound that evokes the response is referred to as antigen, a term initially coined due to the ability of these compounds to cause antibody responses to be generated. An antigen is any agent capable of binding specifically to the component of the immune response, such as B cell receptor on the B lymphocyte and soluble antibody system and the soluble antibodies. The ability of a compound to bound with antibodies and with cells of the immune system is referred to as antigenicity. There is a functional distinction between the term antigen and the immunogen. An immunogen is any antigen capable of inducing an immune response and is therefore immunogenic. The distinction between the term is necessary because there are many compounds that are incapable of inducing an immune response, yet they are capable of binding with components of the immune system that have been induced specifically against them. Thus, all the immunogens are the antigens, but not antigens are immunogens. The study of antigen-antibody reaction in vitro is called as serology. Serological reaction are the basis of the all diagnostic immunology test. Now, requirement for the immunogenicity. A substance must possess the following characteristics to be immunogenic. First, foreign-giveness. The most important feature of an immunogen is that an efficient immunogen must be a foreign with respect to the host. Next, the adaptive immune system recognize and eliminate only foreign, that is the non-self antigen. Self antigen are not recognized, and thus individuals are tolerant to their own self molecules. Even though these same molecules have the capacity to act as immunogen in other individuals of the same species. Next होता है size. The second requirement of being immunogenic is that the compound must have a certain minimum molecular weight. There is a relationship between the size of immunogen and the immunogenicity. In general, a small compound with the molecule of weight less than 1000 Dalton, example penicillium aspergillus, are not immunogenic. Those of the molecule weight between the 1000 to 600 Dalton, example insulin, androcorticotropic hormone, may or may not be immunogenic, and those of the molecular weight more than 600 Dalton, example aluminium tetanus toxin, are generally immunogenic. The most active immunogen tends to have a molecular mass of the 1 lakh Dalton or the more. In short, relatively small substance have decreased immunogenicity, whereas large substance have increased immunogenicity. अब थर्ड जो आता है वो आता है केमिकल कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी. द थर्ड कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स नेसेसरी फॉर अ कंपाउंड टू बी इम्यूनोजेनिक इन अ सर्टेन डिग्री ऑफ केमिकल कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी. फॉर एग्जांपल, homopolymer of the amino acid or the sugars are salmon good immunogen regardless of their size. Similarly, a homopolymer of gamma D glutamic acid, that is the capsule material of the Bacillus anthracis, with a molecular weight of the 50,000 Dalton, is not immunogenic. The absence of the immunogenicity is because the compound, although of the high molecular weight, are not sufficient chemically complex. Virtually all protein are the immunogenic. Thus, the most common immuno response are those to the protein. Furthermore, the greater the degree of the complexity of the protein, the more vigorous will be the immune response to that protein. Nucleic acids are the poor immunogen by themselves, but they become the immunogenic when they are conjugated to the protein carrier. Lipids are really immunogenic, but an immune response to lipid may be induced to the lipid are conjugated to the protein carrier. Next are dosage and the route of the administration. Insufficient dose of the antigen may not stimulate an immune response, either because the amount administration failed to active enough lymphocytes, or because such a dose render the responding cells unresponsive. Beside the need to be administered a threshold amount of the antigen is induced an immune response. The number of the doses administered also affect the outcome of the immune response generated. The result of the administration also affect the outcome of the immunization because this determine which organ and the cells population will be involved in the response. Immunogens can be administered through a number of the common route, that is the intravenous, that is into a vein, intradermal into a skin, subcutaneous beneath the skin, intramuscular into the muscles. Antigen administration via the most common route, namely the subcutaneous, generally elicit the strongest immune response. This is due to their uptake, processing, and presentation to the effector cell by the Langerhans cells present in the skin, which are among the most potent APC, that is the antigen presenting cell. Antigen administration subcutaneously move first to the local lymph nodes. Intravenously administered antigen are carried first to the spleen, where they can either induce immune unresponsive or the tolerance, or if presented by the APC, generate an immune response. Orally administered antigen gastrointestinal route elicit local antibody response within the intestinal lamina propria. नेक्स्ट अपन बात करते हैं हेप्टेन्स की. Substance called the heptanes from the Greek word heptane, which mean grapes fail to induce the immune response in their native form because of their low molecular weight and their chemical simplicity. Heptanes are the antigens but not the immunogenic. These compounds becomes the immunogenic when they are conjugated to a high molecular weight physiochemically complex carriers. Thus, a heptane is a compound that by itself is incapable of inducing an immune response, but against which an immune response can be induced by immunization with the heptane conjugated to a carrier. मतलब कि ये खुद इम्यूनोजेनिक नहीं है, ये खुद कोई डिजीज़ प्रोड्यूस नहीं कर सकता, पर जैसे ही इसको एक फिजियोकेमिकल कॉम्प्लेक्स कैरियर का सहारा मिल जाता है तो ये इम्यूनोजेनिक हो सकता है. नेक्स्ट अपन बात करेंगे एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी इंटरेक्शन. एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी इंटरेक्शन इज हाईली स्पेसिफिक एंड अकर इन similar way has a biomolecular association of enzyme substrate. The binding between the antigen and the immune component involve the weak non-covalent interaction. The binding force are relatively weak and reversible, and consists mainly of the van der Waals forces, electrostatic forces, and hydrophobic forces, all of which require a very close proximity between the moiety. The smallest unit of antigen that is capable of binding with the antibody is called as antigenic determinant or epitope. The corresponding area on the antibody molecule कंबाइनिंग विद द एपिटोप इज कॉल्ड द पैराटॉप. मतलब कि एंटीजन का वो पार्ट जो एंटीबॉडी से बाइंड करता है, स्मॉलेस्ट पार्ट, वो कहलाता है एपिटोप, और एंटीबॉडी का वो पार्ट जो एंटीजन से बाइंड करेगा वो कहलाता है पैराटॉप. द नंबर ऑफ द एपिटोप ऑन द सरफेस ऑन एन एंटीजन इज ऑन इट्स वैल्यू, जो कि क्या बताता है, वैलेंस बताता है. द वैलेंस डिटरमाइन द नंबर ऑफ द एंटीबॉडी मॉलिक्यूल दैट कैन कंबाइन विद द एंटीजन. मतलब कि एक एंटीजन पे कितने नंबर ऑफ एपिटोप्स है वो कहलाता है वैलेंस, और जितने ज़्यादा वैलेंस होंगे उसके हिसाब से जो नंबर ऑफ एंटीबॉडी मॉलिक्यूल है वो डिसाइड होगा कि वो कितने उस पर जाके बाइंड करेगा. नेक्स्ट है, इफ़ वन एपिटोप इज प्रेजेंट तो वो एंटीजन कैसा होगा, मोनोवैलेंट. अगर मोस्ट एंटीजन हैव अ मोर देन वन कॉपी ऑफ द सेम एपिटोप आर टर्म्स एज पॉलीवैलेंट. अगर उस पर एक एंटीजन पे बहुत सारे एपिटोप्स प्रेजेंट होंगे तो तब वो एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी का इंटरेक्शन होगा तो वो कैसा होगा, पॉलीवैलेंट टाइप का होगा. नेक्स्ट बात करते हैं एफिनिटी एंड द एविडिटी की.